Yes, what's on your mind? I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. Not particularly. I guess it wouldn't hurt exactly either, though I don't know why you're so interested. When I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most, Saul. With good reason. Admiral Saul Carth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him and he got angry and he left. I never saw him again. Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians. I mean, even when things looked to be at their worst, I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I mean, I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all. I blame Saul, not myself. I was stupid and I ignored the danger. He nearly destroyed us all. No, I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it. No, it's not. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go.
So you guys remember the last quest with the missing companion, correct? Well, here it is right here. The droid that fled from Elise, C-842, ran away because he was feared his mistress was spending too much time focused on him and not enough on other living beings. Basically, she was becoming obsessive over him, and as you can see here, we have returned C-842 to Elise. Now we're going to have a conversation with her, which I'm going to be entirely quiet for because that's the way I want things to work from now on, so that everybody can get immersed into the game. So here it is.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost him. It's just so great to have him back. We're just gonna go right home, right now, celebrate. Aren't we, my lovely little droid? Don't worry. I'm gonna hug you and oil you and care for you and make sure you never, ever get away again.
So that didn't exactly turn out the way we had planned. It's pretty obvious that she's bonkers over him and that she's running off without him. Lady, you're forgetting something, aren't you? On our to-do list today, we're gonna go to the quest menu. On our to-do list, you remember earlier we talked to Carth, and he mentioned that he has a mentor, Saul Carth, who converted to the Sith and almost converted him to the Sith. Well, that's done with. We're going to be talking to him about that later. And then, of course, there is the investigation of the ruins. That is the last thing you will do on Dantooine. So we're going to leave that. And, of course, this is Bastua. Bastua's character conversations. More of her character development later. Canderous, of course. We haven't developed much of Mission and Zalbar's characters yet. And I do believe I'll be moving them into my party right now. And then, of course, the quest that we have to do over here, we just finished the droid quest, so what remains is the exploration of the Lightsaber cave that's at the end of Dantooine, and of course the Mandalorian Raiders. It says here that we've encountered some of the Mandalorian Raiders plaguing Dantooine and slain them, which is obvious. They did not seem as organized or as powerful as you had been led to believe. Perhaps you have not yet met one of their most powerful members. So there's some epic foreshadowing over there about who we're about to meet. And of course there's Pazak. So really the only thing we have to do is explore the Lightsaber cave and of course meet the leader of the Dantooine Mandalorians. So you can see here we're at the Dantooine Grove, and we have found the Mandalorian Raiders, which I will show you in a minute. This is exactly where we want to be. I remember I got this map revealed by Adam Lark, that Rhodian guy, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but that actually helped out a lot to figuring out where we were, because voila, here they are, and I've made an impressive setup of stuff around here. I've decided that I'm not going to use Bastua for this battle, and I'll explain why. I actually did a few battle takes before this, and I lost each time, and eventually I ultimately found out that the leader over there, Sherrick, is actually weak to blaster bolts and blaster fire because of his melee abilities. He doesn't seem to equip any blasters or anything, and he seems to be a pure melee character, so we need to take advantage of that and use it to the best of our abilities. I'm not going to equip this Wybro sword over here, and I'm going to save the game one more time, and I think we are ready to go.
So this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi.
Now this is what I've been waiting for.
I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
Ready. What? Huh? Oh! You're dead.
So we managed to kill them finally. That did take quite a few takes, and more than you've probably seen on screen. But let's look at the remains. Alright, so this Duros guy drops in Adreno Alacrity. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right. This guy drops the same thing and a frag grenade. There's a backpack over here. Empty. Probably from the previous battle that was on the same area if you go back to a previous episode. But let's see what Shuruk dropped. He probably has, as I suspected, a lot of good things. 52 credits, sonic grenade, 2 lightsabers, 1 red and 1 blue. Probably a foreshadowing of when you have to choose between light side and dark side. But we managed to win this battle. There you are, Carth.
Sure.
So what we're gonna do is, because the lightsaber cave is in the same area, is around the same area. I think it's a path north over here. So you can see here that we're on the Sandro grounds, and that we have found the lightsaber cave, which is conveniently where Elsie's droid companion ran off to. So you should remember this area from a previous episode. Well, what do you know? There's a Cathound. We're gonna try to avoid him because I've had my fair share of combat, and based on what's happened in the last 10 minutes, I now know what leveling up in the middle of a Fraps recording will do to me. Well, at least opening my character map. It works sometimes, it works other times, so I'm gonna level up off screen. You can see here that I'm going from level 10 to level 11. I usually do auto leveling up, so there's not much to see over here. But I did go explore the Matale grounds, and I haven't seen all the Sandro grounds, but I did go the path north to the Matale grounds, and I explored over there to see if I could find a cave. But it was conveniently exactly a few feet away from where we just fought Shuruk the Mandalorian. So here we go into Crystal Cave. I'm going to leave my commentary on for this one because I don't need to focus as much as I do for boss battles. And there are a lot of nice little trinkets in here. So consider me an ambassador for trying to convince you, persuade you to come to this cave, because there's a lot of goodies in here. And I'm about to show you all the good ones. All the good goodies, all the good goodies. Alright. So right off the bat, we have to fight Kinrats. This would have been a lot harder if you came here earlier, but at the same time, there is something called experience based on your level that was introduced to Star Wars, at least in this game. I don't know of any games that were actually as famous as Knights of the Old Republic that introduced experience based on level, and let me explain. You notice that at a certain level, if you're, say, level 6 versus level 10, you're getting like 300 experience a kill. But once you get to a certain level, to prevent you from grinding on the same monster, or to show, in a sense, like realistically, that you've actually, gained enough experience from the same monster, battle experience, you know how to fight these monsters, so there's not much difficulty in it, you gain less experience. And that's exactly what's happening with these Kinrath puffs. Actually, that's a bit of a gap in the logic, because I've never fought a Kinrath. But at the same time, maybe my leveling shows how much battle experience I have to be able to fight said Kinraths. It's a deep topic, and I feel like experience based on skill makes the game a whole lot more fun, more open, and more linear, because it lets you explore any part of the map. I could have fought Shuruk the Mandalorian first. I could have done the Romeo and Juliet-esque quest much later at the end, and the experience values would have been different for all of them, but it would have ended up to the same added result. I would have been around this level right here, level 10, sorry, level 11, if I wasn't dead on the floor right now, probably dying of toxic poisoning from these Kinrath puffs. And yet they're firing at one that's all the way over there, minding its own business. Carth, goodness gosh, do we need to go to an optical to get your eyes checked out? You missed 2 power shots in a row. Alright, so I think we're good. I did do 2 takes on trying to at least even get to the cave, because my game apparently crashes when I try to level up, and that happened to me in a previous episode a long time ago, but I haven't had the issue up until now again. Alright, so this is the fun part. You get to bash all these things open. These Kinrath eggs. You get to bash them open. And get a whole bunch of lightsaber goodies. Everything you're receiving right now, an assortment of lightsaber crystals. I can't open that menu for you here right now due to the risk of crashing this game, but you're gonna get yellow crystals and purple crystals and all these different kinds of crystals, and I'll show you in on the bench when I'm working on it later all the items that you get. This is really the last stop we have on our to-do list for Dantooine. It's not really a quest, it's more of a side exploration thing, and you can come back here at any time and explore and get more lightsaber crystals. This place has an unlimited supply. If I remember, I don't think it does actually. I don't think it does. Although, don't hold me accountable on that one. Is that a Mandalorian? Somebody got a little bit greedy and tried to come here and explore this cave without the proper party. But make sure you don't miss any of these because I think there is actually a limited supply. I might be wrong about this. We'll come back and explore the cave later to see if it's been respawned, and if it's worth recording then I'll put it on YouTube in another episode. Just as a short side mini clip. So what do we got here? Another crystal formation. More items received. And I think we've pretty much covered all of it. We have a lot of items now, and we can now make our way out of the lightsaber cave. And funny thing about this cave is you can return to the Ebon Hawk despite being in it. Alright, so now the next place we're going to be heading is actually... Wow, did I just... Okay, I just spontaneously opened that character map menu, and I didn't realize that my game could have potentially crashed right there. But that's okay. So here we are at the lightsaber cave. You can see right over here the strange... Did I say the lightsaber cave? I'm sorry, here we are at the strange ruins, and you can see here, like I said, it's not really that far from the courtyard, the Jedi Enclave. I just had to travel a few steps, which I took out for clarity, wasting time, just walking around. Which took up might I add, that took up about 60% of a lot of previous episodes, just the walking. Alright, so here we go, entering the ruins, doing what starts the main storyline once again. After episodes and episodes, I think the count went from episode 11 to episode 17. Episodes and episodes, and might I say once again, episodes of filler. Yep, quest filler to gain experience. Quest that could have simply been avoided, and we could have moved on episodes ago.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand. I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manan. But why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath? It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins. droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Starforge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything. Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Starforge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else. These builders must have been an extinct people. Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information. Revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake. The droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate, and it cost him his life. Revan and Malik unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us. Yes?
Okay, so you know what we have to do based on that conversation. If you don't, you're going to have to rewind back.
Yes?
We have to go to, just in a nutshell, we have to go to the door over here and the door over here, and we have to prove ourselves. And I don't exactly remember how that was, but it can't be anything bad, right? Just going to save the game to be sure. You never know with this game. Alright. Here comes the gentleman. Oh, when did I get Force Whirlwind? Anyways, that's not the problem. Hopefully Bastoa can disable the droid. Disable the droid. Yay! You keep doing that. I'm gonna go and slide by you and go to said ancient terminal here. Alright, so let's press a button. A new sequence of equally incomprehensible characters appear on the screen, so that didn't do anything. Press many buttons at random. Talk to the computer.
Down
Insert my datapad. Alright, so something happened. Alright, identify the 3 primary life-giving seed world types. That's easy. It's oceanic, grassland. It can't be desert, volcanic, or barren. That's just not true. So the life seal is broken. That was pretty easy. Ouch! 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 I need you, Carth. Carth. Carth, come over here. No, Tusken. You. Alright, Carth, follow me. Oh, forget it. Oh, that's not good at all. I need a distraction. Solo mode. That'll get you to stay here. No, fight over here. Yes, he's distracting. Yeah, you just keep getting carbonated, Carth. In the meantime, I'm just gonna sneak by this said here droid and do what I gotta do, and quick. Alright, so let's press a button. Press many buttons at random. Talk to the computer. Insert my datapad into the receptacle. That seems to be doing something. Talk to the computer. Alright, so the machine has flickered to life once again. Data interpretation complete. Language analysis complete. Alright, identify the 3 primary death-giving worlds. So, remember we chose oceanic, grassland, and arboreal. That leaves only 3 options. Desert, a barren desert, and volcanic. And the death seal is now broken. Don't think we have to finish off these droids. I think we've done our work. Okay, so we managed to do it. We managed to open the life seal and the death seal as you saw earlier, but I tried going backwards and my game crashed. Apparently I was going the wrong way, so it doesn't matter. We should be okay going this way. We're now going to see what secrets lie behind this door. Alright. By the way, as a side note, I got 800 experience. And both of the droids were killed instantaneously. So, fighting the droids, you don't really have to do it. Although I have killed both of them one time.
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began. This is a map, some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found. I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manaan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be. I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right? We can't ignore this. Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Okay, so that was a very important piece of information there. Just like what the ancient droid said. We can now get the heck out of here and go back to the Jedi Council.
Yikukuno no ba mulera jikun. Tonghit kun chunching. Ne boboje mata de punage. Dolpi kikiwana. Chi gratu loda bograshi oneu kompa chintomo mochuba. Loda dita kun. Ita patisa patua kachatutonga. Bagrasha kon tijaka Chubakaha chopa chawachuish yunku. Jodo jitbungarantang. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikinkuno pamulera chikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Okay, so very interesting conversation about a father who has been separated from his daughter due to the Mandalorian Raiders. I was wondering though if there would have been any option to say that I've already killed the Mandalorian Raiders, or at least the leader, which would disperse them enough for the townspeople to kill them. At least I think so. But now let's make our way back here to the Jedi Council. Now, quick pit stop. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I picked up on the workbench. Lightsaber. So click on the lightsaber option. Upgrade item. You can see that we got 2 robot crystals. A robot crystal, attack +1, damage +1. And we got, it seems like the majority of the crystals we got in the cave, we haven't been lucky. It is randomized, but we did get 9 red lightsaber crystals. It's like this game is telling me to lean towards the dark side and become a darker gentleman. In the sense of good versus evil, of course. But we did get a robot crystal. We can only equip 1 though. I'm gonna give Bastila 1 too. Why not? Though if you want to change the color of your lightsaber, this is how you do it. Ta-da! I think blue will be nice for a while.
You have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins? This news of a Starforge is disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Starforge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Starforge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Starforge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Starforge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Starforge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Starforge. The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. but we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure. Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith, but it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning on Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
If you like this video, why not subscribe? Maybe leave a like on Facebook, maybe a like on Google+, maybe a follow on Twitter. Thanks for watching.